Hey. Yeah. Mm. Hi, I can see one person on there. Let me know where you're from, what you're doing. I'm trying to get my camera all set up and ready to go. I really can't see anything that I'm supposed to be seeing. Okay. Okay. Hi, I think I should be live. I'm just waiting for the screen to load. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see me? Are you able to hear me? Okay. Okay. Are you guys able to see me, hear me? Um yeah. I am back again. So let me know whenever you guys are ready. Let me just start my screen sharing. I'm not sure why that was happening. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. I think we're good to go. We are going to start now. Okay, yay! So glad you guys could see me. So glad, guy, you guys could hear me. Okay, okay, I'm going to be honest. I did not take when I was doing the underrated anime thing. Like, I did not have a lot of time to pull out a lot of stuff because mom was here. So kind of we were just kind of socializing with everybody. But yeah, let's make use of whatever we have. And let me know as always in the comments if this is the sort of anime you've seen. Is this something you haven't seen? And then over here we've got something known as to watch or not to watch. So I'm going to put this into two categories, or to watch or not to watch. And once that is done, we shall kind of just chit chat, just give you like a brief gist of what the anime is all about. And then I'm going to kind of put it into those two categories, or to watch or not to watch. Let's just kind of get into it because we've wasted like 10 minutes already. All right. Okay. 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 Is Spideyverse back, or is it just you and me, Ayush? Because I can only see one person on live chat today. Okay, so Patama Inverted. My first impression of this anime was that it was more like Studio Ghibli because of like all the that's from before. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can only see two people. I can see zero people on live now. I'm sure you and Ayush are already there. So I don't know. YouTube is acting a little bit funny these days. I'm just gonna go with just you and Ayush being there. So I'm just gonna go with that. Uh, but okay, let me know in the comments. Have you seen Fatima Inverted? Do you know anything about the movie at all, or what are your first thoughts? If this is the first time you're, huh? How am I live in shorts? Why am I live in shorts? This is supposed to be like a video live, not like a shorts live. Ah, wait, Spidey was. Are you still seeing me live in shorts? Or are you seeing me live as a video now? Let me know. Because if I'm live in shorts, this needs go. The watch time needs to go towards the long form video content and not the shorts video content. Um, Okay, so Ayush is saying he's seeing a video live. Spidey's telling me that I'm live in shorts. This is wait, hang on, send you a screenshot on the group chat. Let me see. Oh god. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's odd. Okay, say hi in the live chat. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I saw that screenshot. Okay, so Ayush is saying he's seeing me live like a video live, like a long form video live, but Spidey seeing me as live shots. I'm just gonna go and wing it and say that I'm on video live because I'm like that's what I'm seeing here. But yeah, okay. So Ayush has said he hasn't seen Patama Inverted. Have you seen Patama Inverted? Spidey was kind of just letting me just kind of let me know. Uh, oh my god, okay. You know what, even if this goes towards shots, it's fine. We can kind of just go with it. It is what it is. We wasted a little too much time. So okay, so Spider-Man Inverted feels like a Studio Ghibli movie, but really it's not a Studio Ghibli movie. It's more about how this girl Patama, she lives on the other side, like underground, like towards the earth's core. So gravity is inverted. So you know how instead of we stand upright, she walks on the ceiling. For her, that is upright. So when she comes to like our side of the world, not from the earth's core, but when she comes to our side of the world, obviously there's a whole new world waiting there for her. um Typical to very Studio Ghibli fashion, two children out to explore different worlds, out to explore each other's worlds. um Again, I'm seeing zero people on the live. I'm assuming both of you are still there. I don't know why YouTube is acting up, but I'm going to count it as two people on this live chat today. So if you guys are still there, say yes. In case you guys are not there, I'll probably be talking to the air right now. So there is that. Yeah. So there's that. So with Fatima inverted, what I would, you know what, with Fatima inverted, based on how the pattern is, it feels like Studio Ghibli, but isn't really Studio Ghibli. I can see two people back again. I would probably say you can like skip Fatima inverted. There is not a lot of like um there's not much watch value with Fatima inverted. So I'm just gonna put Fatima inverted as a part of my not to watch list. I mean, it's a sweet watch and everything, but I didn't feel like the I didn't feel like you had to watch that movie sorts. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this in here. Uh Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the technology is acting really weird today, so it is what it is. We're gonna deal with whatever we have. We're gonna do the best with whatever we have. Yeah, and then we are gonna move on to the next anime. If you guys are with me so far, please let me know. Say yes or no. Just let me know how things are going. Yeah. So I'm gonna remove Pantomime Inverted. And also, like I said, it feels like Studio Ghibli, but isn't really a lot of Studio Ghibli. It's not Studio Ghibli related. Not a very like. It's an okayish movie. Like I didn't feel like, oh my god. Have you both seen Death Parade? Let me know in the comments if you've seen Death Parade or not, and I'm going to tell you what Death Parade is all about, because I think personally this is one of my favorite like supernatural shows. With only 13 episodes in it, Death Parade is definitely a good watch. I would recommend it that you do bump it up your watch list. It's only 13 episodes. Okay. Okay, so okay, Ayush is okay. Definitely give Death Parade a watch. Ayush, have you seen Death Parade? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. So it basically talks about this bartender called Decim who is in charge of welcoming souls into the afterlife. And he and there's like a series of like tests and questions that he puts you through. There's a couple of challenges that Death Parade puts you through in the afterlife, and depending on how you act or react, you either get reincarnated or like your soul is sent into eternal damnation. So I found the concept pretty interesting. Now I don't know if you guys have seen the series The Good Place. Death Parade kind of reminded me of The Good Place, but not as wholesome as The Good Place, but kind of like The Good Place, given the sort of concept it's based on, like, you know, afterlife and how your souls get reincarnated and whether you can get reincarnated, sort of a thing. So Death Parade is definitely something I would recommend in case you enjoy such sort of like shows. I would say you definitely would have to watch Death Parade. It's a very interesting kind of it's a very interesting show, is what I would say. So we're putting Death Parade in the to watch list. Um, okay, this is gonna stay in the to watch list. Cool, 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 cool. We're gonna remove that. Yeah, moving on. We've removed that parade. How's your guys' weekend going on, dude? Like, let me know what are your plans for the weekend. Have you game? Oh, okay. I haven't seen Death's Game. Um, uh, how many episodes are there on Death's Game? Spideyverse. Release that, which I think personally one of my favorite shows. I absolutely love this. Instagram, yeah, live stream is really laggy. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, put a 60-second stopper on the chat, so it's I like when I'm looking at my own camera too. Like when I'm looking at the screen, the camera and stuff, it's coming out as really laggy. So I don't know. Something's up with YouTube. They've done a lot of changes to the algorithm recently. They've changed the requirements for attaining YouTube partner program status. So instead of going to 4,000 watch hours, I have to hit 8,000 watch hours. Sorry, instead of doing like the 4,000 watch hours starting next year in 2027, 1st of Feb, they've put it up to 8,000 watch hours now. and you need at least 10 million views on shorts in the 90 days if you want your shorts also to be paid out. So yeah, YouTube, because of all the changes that they're doing, um they've kind of bumped up the watch us for next year. So I'm trying to kind of hit that monetization status before it starts, before the first of Feb hits. Yeah. Yeah, so I think, you know what, I shall check out Death's Game. I shall check out Death's Game. Release That Witch, now unfortunately with Release That Witch, it's got only 8 episodes, and I was so upset that it's got only 8 episodes, because it is such a good show, and it's not an anime, it's a donghua, so it's come from the Chinese animation industry. And the only reason that it has 8 episodes and why it ended so abruptly was because the creators wanted more freedom, but the studio that was producing it said, no, you have to do things our way. So eventually it was more of, oh, do it my way or the highway sort. So that's why there were only 8 episodes, 8 episodes out for Release That Witch. And it basically talks about medieval England where women were burnt because the witches existed, but if you could like set things to fire and stuff, people believed you were a witch, and therefore you were stoned to death. So Release That Witch was a pretty good show. I absolutely recommend that you watch Release That Witch, because it's an absolutely phenomenal show. Unfortunately, if you get your hands on the manhwa, definitely check out Release That Witch manhwa too, like the donghua. Definitely check that out. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys are chatting or like putting something in the comments, because things are a little laggy right now. So again, like I said, it keeps like fluctuating between 0 and 4 and 0 and 2. So I don't know how many of you are actually there. So if you're on this chat, if you're on the live stream, say yes, no. I mean, whatever is easier for you. I'm confused with what's going on with today's live chat. So unless you guys have sent something. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna take out Release That Witch. Um, I'm only seeing my comments. Yeah, that's weird. Like I'm only seeing your comments, Spideyverse, but it's still like showing the 0 people on live. So I don't know what is going on. Um, yeah. Uh, and I think if it's just the both of us, Spideyverse, I think even we can have a nice chit chat. Also, it'll be like a small private party as well for the both of us. Yeah. The Girl from the Other Side. I don't know if you've seen Girl from the Other Side, Spidey, but this is also like another phenomenal movie. It's a very, very good movie. It's got all the like the heartstrings to it's got all the emotions to tug at your heartstrings. And one of the most unique things about Girl from the Other Side is that it is okay. Ayush is here too, but yeah, I can only see your comments coming in. I don't know if Ayush's chat is lagging or like what's going on in the background there. um yeah. But yeah, the beauty about The Girl from the Other Side is that it's all charcoal and lines. It doesn't have any it doesn't have your typical animation like with the fine lines and stuff. Girl from the Other Side is all charcoal and pencil based, and it talks about two people, basically the insiders versus the outsiders, and it talks about two people, Shiva and Sensei. Honestly, one of like it's one of the sweetest movies I've seen in a while. Um, the Girl from the Other Side, it's definitely like one of I would recommend you watch Girl from the Other Side. It's got a very nice like sentiment or emotions conveyed to it. Essentially talks about Shiva and Sensei, and this guy here, the black dude here, he's Sensei and this girl is Shiva. And Sensei kind of looks after her like a parent in the entire movie. So it's a very sweet watch. I would recommend it. Definitely keep tissue papers handy is what I would say for this one. Yeah, definitely keep tissue papers handy for this one. Yeah, so I'm going to remove that. uh if you guys want, what I can do is also I can send you the entire anime list, but this is just primarily what I have been watching, and everything is already on the shorts as it is. Yeah. So yep. Spidey Wase, what's the time for you there right now? You're based off in England, I think you're London, England. So let me know what time it's there for you. Depending on that, we can either wrap up quickly or we can just kind of take it at our own pace. I don't know if you're, yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen Claymore or have you read the manga Claymore. I don't know. Let me know. Have five? Okay, 524. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Have you read Claymore, Spidey? Have you read Claymore? Um, I have read Claymore. I haven't seen the anime, although I did hear like a lot of conflicting. I'm pretty sure I heard. Yeah, I did hear a lot of like conflicting opinions about. I've heard a lot of conflicting opinions of the manga versus the anime because the anime was a little rushed towards the end. From what I know, I haven't seen the show though. I've just read the manga, but from what I read, I would definitely recommend that you read it, because it's again it's one of those where, how do I say it? It's one of those books or mangas where like people are, they're hybrids in Claymore, and essentially they're kind of fighting to protect each other's swords. And this I read years ago, so my memory is pretty hazy about Claymore. Uh, so they're divided into sects, and there's like a lot of fighting, and there's a lot of like fighting monsters and everything. So I would recommend that you read Claymore. Don't watch it. I would recommend that you read Claymore. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. So yeah, I think Spidey, it's just gonna be the both of us chit chatting in the chats and just me talking to you. So feel free to ask whatever questions you want to. Feel free to say whatever you have to. It's cool. Yeah. What do we have next? Oh, Curious Play OVA, Fushigi Yugi. Have you heard about Curious Play, Spidey? Have you heard about Fushigi Yugi or Curious Play at all, or no? Because this one was like an ultimate like classic, growing up for us. Like at least for me, it was a classic growing up on when I was watching TV. Um, so it's basically about two people who, this one, so the best part about this one is the animation because it's very nostalgic. So it's basically about two people who are kind of studying like the medieval Chinese play or something. They kind of enacting the drama out, and these two girls get dragged into the play itself, and how these two who are best friends get separated by circumstances because of the play and the kind of play they get dragged into, and they meet like handsome men and everything. They fall in love. One has a good stream of good fortune when she's pulled into the play, and the other friend, she kind of gets a short end of the stick. So Fushigi Yugi, this is probably like my first exposure to what an isekai would probably look like without it actually being isekai. So I would recommend that you check out Fushigi Yugi. It's an absolute banger of a show. I forget how many episodes it's got, but it's an absolute banger of a show. Um, Back then it aired as Curious Play, but I think now you could probably look up Fushigi Yugi and see if you're able to get that. So yeah, Fushigi Yugi. I'll just type that in here. Fushigi Yugi. This used to air as the same time as Inuyasha, sometime around after that. But yeah, it was a good watch. It was, again, like I said, my first exposure to like being isekai without something being isekai, and I wasn't even familiar with the term isekai back then. This is the early 2000s. Yeah. How was your day though, Spidey? What did you do? Have you eaten anything? Are you going to eat after this? What's up? What's going on? Let me know in the chats. Also, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what to make for lunch or dinner after I get done with this. So yeah, yeah, yeah. People are coming and going. Like I'm not sure if they're constantly or not. Yeah. Red Data Girl again. I'm not sure if you've seen Red Data Girl, if you've heard of the show Red Data Girl Spidey, but again, this was another one of those shows that kind of just stuck with me. Because it talks about this girl who is very bad with technology. But unfortunately, she's the vessel for. I woke up at 2 today. Oh, what, did you sleep late? Were you not sleeping properly? What's going on? Yeah. I had okay. What were your productive plans like? What did your productive plans look like? I want to know. Um, yeah, I want to know what your productive plans look like. Yeah, yeah. Red Data Girl essentially talks about this girl who's very bad with technology, like anything essentially, anything electronic essentially. My bad. Oh, that's okay. Oh, good to see you back, Ayush. So we've covered quite a few shows. I was just telling Spidey that I could probably send across everything that is being played here because I have all of the material, obviously. And anyway, whatever I talk about is also on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so we're talking about Red Data Girl. It talks about a girl who's bad with technology, but because the thing is, she's a priestess, like she's a shrine maiden for a Shinto shrine, and she's a vessel for the goddess. She's a vessel for the ancient goddess. So I'm assuming you've seen Red Data Girl, Ayush. And let me know if you've seen any of these shows in the comments. Before this we covered Curious Play OVA, so let me know if you've seen Curious Play OVA either, because that was a fabulous banger of a show as well. Yeah, essentially this girl is really bad with data. She's a vessel for an ancient goddess, and obviously the goddess is not used to a human body. My productive basic plans: clean my room, get started on PowerPoint. Oh, what PowerPoint are you working on? And what book are you going to be reading? I'm curious to know what PowerPoint are you working on? Is it like for your school assignment? And what book are you reading? Again, is that also for like a school assignment stuff? Let me know. Yeah. Red Data Girl is a show I would recommend that you watch also. I absolutely recommend you watch Red Data Girl. Again, because it's something that is very different. Um, it's a different sort of a concept. I haven't read the manga though, but definitely watch Red Data Girl. Yeah, it's a. I think this one has got like 10 episodes ish or so. Yeah, we shall do that. And we're going to take out Red Data Girl. Ayush, do you have any fun plans for the weekend? Let me know in the comment. Like I'm trying to live vicariously through you guys. Also because my mom has left today, so I'm a little sad. So I want to know what I can do to keep myself occupied. Um, Wolf's Rain. Wolf's Rain, I remember somebody, I remember watching this in my third year of university. No, just in my I wanted to do it on Moons and I started Breach yesterday, just slightly touched upon it. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. I haven't watched this one. Oh, dude, you should absolutely watch Wolf's Rain. This is like 26, and each episode is a banger on its own, and it talks about people. It talks about people who transform into wolves, like a community of wolves, and everybody's after their own version of paradise. So like 4 or 5 wolves get together, band together in search of what their paradise looks like. So you kind of see the story about all these wolves coming out and what their paradise, what the definition of paradise. Where did you find Bleach in color? Let me know, because I am also excited to read it. If it's a pirated site, also that works, because I'm up for piracy. I don't want to pay Crunchyroll. I don't want to pay any other medium. I know Silimi, the app. If you download the Silimi app, you can get like you can. There's a lot of stuff you can read and watch in Silimi as well. But when you talk about the manga decks, oh, send me the link. I know manga deck. Send me the link, please. So when you talk about on moons, like are you talking about the moons that different planets have in our solar system, like Jupiter moon, Neptune moon, and Mercury moons, or something like that? Spidey, like this is interesting. Send me the PowerPoint presentation because I also want to know about moons. Um, yeah, Wolf's Rain, I would definitely recommend that you watch. This is one phenomenal show, 26 episodes. It's absolutely going to be worth your time. Definitely check out Wolf's Rain because Okay, I'm not putting Red Data Girl. I'm going to be putting Wolf's Rain. Yeah, everybody has their own different definition of paradise, but check out Wolf's Rain. It's got a lot of good music also to it. The music is also pretty banger in terms of like the opening theme soundtracks and closing theme soundtracks. But yeah, so far we've got only like one not to watch, which is Batman Inverted. I would not say that I wouldn't like say to actively go and watch it, but in the to watch list I've put Death Parade, Release That Witch, Claymore. I've read it, so read it if you haven't. Basically, Moon in and out solar system and out of it as well. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, yeah. So, Claymore definitely. The girl from the other side also definitely watch it. I'm just kind of what I'm going to do after this is right. Maybe I'll just start recapping stuff we've already talked about, and then I'll just kind of let you guys know what all has been in the to watch list or not. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Ayush, what are your plans for the weekend? I want to know. I'm trying to live vicariously through everybody who talks with me here. Children of the Sea. Okay. Children of the Sea. I am a bit conflicted because it's a very it's a very weird movie is what I would say. It's a very peculiar movie. Um it feels like they tried to put everything in the movie together and it somehow worked. So it kind of talks about two brothers who emerge from the sea and they live a normal human existence. They meet a lonely girl and they kind of pass on their powers to the girl. Oh, how did you like Avatar The Last Airbender? Let me know. This is such a fun show. I love Avatar The Last Airbender. You finished season one. That was fast. How did you like the show? How did you like season one? Um, Children of the Sea was a doozy. I'm not gonna lie. Children of the Sea was a doozy. So if you like smoking up the devil's lettuce or like having those devil's lettuce gummies or just kind of drinking and stuff, good. I am glad you're loving Avatar: The Last Airbender. You are in for a treat. You are in for an absolute treat. You're in for an absolute adventure. Um, Children of the Sea feels more like the Rick and Morty is sort of a version. I would say don't watch it because I probably nine out of yeah. You have three more seasons to cover, so you are in for a treat. You're absolutely going to love it. Yeah. Yeah. Children of the Sea. I would not recommend that you watch it unless you like abstract art because this is all about like it's a very peculiar movie. Like a girl communicates with the ocean, two boys from the ocean emerge. There's as such like it's like imagine being able to watch. I know, right? I wish I could forget that I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender and rewatch it. I love that series so. But yeah, Children of the Sea, do not watch it, guys. It's confusing. It's confusing. It left me very confused. The reviews that I read about it also left people very confused. It kind of felt like they were just throwing stuff together, and it just somehow miraculously worked. Yes. There is a live action movie of it. Dome was a live action. They've just recently come out with the latest movie in 2026 of the original, like the original gang that you're watching right now, Ayush. Hatorobi and Morie. This is again very sweet movie. It's going to make you cry. I'm going to just give you a fair warning. Hatorobi no Morie is definitely going to make you cry. It is a short movie and it talks about two people. One is a spirit who lives, one is neither a spirit nor a human. What about Legend of Korra? Yes, definitely check out Legend of Korra as well. Legend of Korra is good, but I did not like it as much as Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh, you haven't seen Hatarobi no Mori? It's you know what we're yeah. I'm not surprised because these are movies and anime that I don't see a lot of people talking about. So in Hatarobi no Morie, basically the forest it's called a forest spirit, and it's essentially talking about two people. Like one is neither a spirit nor a human, and one is a human child, and how this human child and how the spirit slash human get attached. And the only rule that they have is that spirits must not touch humans. So I don't know if you've seen Natsume's Book of Friends. The same creator from Natsume's Book of Friends has created this movie, Hatarobe no Morie. So it's a very sweet watch, and it was based on the creator's friend's struggle with cancer. So you should watch it. I think Spidey, you may enjoy it. I know you don't get too emotional about these things, but this movie I was sitting and crying, and like what, about 50 minutes of this movie, um I was sitting and crying. I was sitting and crying throughout. So definitely check this movie out, but also keep a lot of tissues handy because it's gonna help. um yeah, yeah. Technology is like lagging a lot today, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on or why it's acting out this way. So y'all have to kind of just kind of bear, put up with me when it comes to all these things today. Yeah, Moria, definitely check it out because yeah, it's a very sweet, bittersweet sort of a movie. But yeah, after you finish watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, check out Legend of Korra and then watch the movie, but don't watch the live action. Is what I would say. Actually, from the last months, I've shifted towards movie shows and some anime. Cowboy Bebop is a good one. Cowboy Bebop is a really good one, Ayush. Yeah, yeah, towards movie shows and stuff, anime. What shows are you watching right now, and what movies have you seen recently? I'm also yeah. Let me know what kind of shows, movies have you watched recently, Ayush? Because I'll also kind of pivot a little bit. Let's see what we have after this. Uh, Typhoon Noroda. Okay, so Typhoon Noroda is like a 20-minute movie. It's not very big. It is kind of giving Makoto Shinkai's Weathering with You, but a very condensed version of it. There's not a lot of storytelling. There's not a lot of world building in Typhoon Noroda. So if you have like 20 minutes on on your hands to watch something, like you have 20 minutes, you want to watch something nice. Typhoon Noroda is something you can watch, but I probably like wouldn't like recommend it uh from as like it's something that you have to watch. I feel like if you've already seen Weathering with You, you can skip out on Typhoon Noroda. But interestingly enough, the movie has, when the creators, I was looking up at the history of Typhoon Noroda and how it came about to be. The director of this movie just kind of was inspired by a drawing that he saw in a school building where children are taking shelter from the typhoon. So he was like, okay, cool, let me just make a movie out of that. But I would probably put this like in another watch list. Again, if it's I'm watching Dexter, The Walking Dead, The Mentalist, The Office, Friends, from all these really bad. Okay, cool. So I've seen Dexter. I've seen some of Walking Dead. I love The Mentalist. I've seen that show 3 times. Like I've seen that show thrice. Friends also I love. I've heard a lot of good stuff about The Office, but I couldn't get into The Office. I kind of got bored. And then The Walking Dead, I kind of rage quit in the first 3-4 episodes. I got bored of it too. So yeah. Yeah. But Dexter is scary. Dexter is a little scary. It's a lot of bloodshed and gore. Like how yeah. Voicemail from Isabel, etc. How are you finding? How did you find Voicemail from Isabel? I haven't seen it. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was an absolute banger. The proposal is also a good one. I haven't seen the setup, and I haven't and 5 feet apart. Okay, I haven't seen 5 feet apart either. I haven't seen 5 feet apart either. So that'll be good. Yeah. I don't know. Spideyverse is still there. In case you're still around, Spideyverse, say hello. Morion as Box of Goblins. I don't. 8 out of 10. Okay, cool. Voicemail from Isabel was 8 out of 10. Cool, good to know. Um, I don't know if you guys have seen Morion or Hako. Let me know in the comments if you have. And also, let me know what Voicemail from Isabel is about, Ayush, because that sounds interesting. Is it like a rom com? Is it like a horror sort of a thing? That also I want to know. Moreno Haku essentially talks about. Nope, haven't watched this also. Moreno, you should totally like. Okay, so I did do a long form video for Moreno Haku, so there's a lot of spoilers in there, but I would recommend that you check out the anime. Pure romance. Oh wow, okay, nice to know. At one point, No, live stream hasn't ended. We're still talking. We're still chit chatting. Dude, I don't know what YouTube is up to, man. Like, with so many changes they're doing, I really don't know what YouTube is up to. Ayush and I have been sitting and chit chatting here. Um, we're talking about more, Hako. I'm hoping next week's live stream is much better because it's a pain. It's a pain for everybody who's involved. Especially because considering you guys take your time out from the day, you sit and hear me yap. And in case you're getting things live stream has ended. It's really glitchy. This that. Yeah, I will send you the link later on, but it does have a lot of spoilers in it, Ayush. That's the only thing. So I want you to kind of watch it first and then check that video out. I don't want to spoil anything for you. Um, but yeah, again, more Hako, very like how do I say it? It talks about like murders happening in Tokyo, and girls being found, body parts, body parts of young girls being found in boxes. It glitched for a second and then live stream and it came up. So, oh, okay, thank you for coming back. Love you, much love. Purple heart. I don't know if that's what it's done. Memorio no Hako is definitely something I would recommend in case you like murder mystery and like a lot of like dark stuff. Memorio no Hako is something you should definitely check out. I think in like 12 episodes or so you get hooked from episode 1 onwards, and it's like a good, it's a good mixture of mythology and it's a good mixture of like real life crime scenes. But the only caveat to watching Morino Hako is that you have to pay a lot of attention to what is going on because there's way too many characters and there's too much mythology that comes in, so you kind of end up getting confused. So I would say when you're watching Morino Hako, just put away your phones on silent, don't get distracted, just watch Morino Hako. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, have you seen Morino Hako, Spidey? Let me know. Yeah. Now what do we have next? What do we have next? See, I'm seeing zero people on my live stream. Like, I don't know what is going on. But in case y'all are around, just say hi, hello, and I kind of want to know in case you're still around because I'm seeing zero people on my live stream again. Jigoku Shoujo. So Jigoku Shoujo was like I don't know if both of you have heard about Jigoku Shoujo. Uh Jigoku Shoujo is basically it's this used to play at like 6:30 in the evening, so it's um again it like had those it had those like very it had the very like supernatural creepy sort of a feeling where I did when I first started watching it. Yeah. Jikoku Shoujo is it okay if you're somebody who like enjoys a lot of supernatural stuff, Jikoku Shoujo is the anime for you. It basically talks about the girl from hell, and she's out there to resolve your grudges, and she's got this website that only opens at like 12 midnight. So if you have a grudge, you kind of put in the name of the person whom you have a grudge against, and she'll appear, give you a straw doll, and it's kind of like it starts off pretty monotonous, but like towards the last 5 or 6 episodes, sorry, last 10 episodes or so, 5, 6 episodes, 10ish episodes or so, it kind of built towards a climax, and then you kind of see the history of Jigoku Shoujo and like girl from hell and how she got to be that way. So again, if you're somebody who enjoys supernatural stuff, I would say Jigoku Shoujo is the anime for you. I just realized I don't have a photo of Jigoku Shoujo, so I'm just gonna type it in. So I don't know if Ayush has seen Jigoku Shoujo or not, but yeah, it's a good one. Again, it's more on the supernatural side, and if you kind of enjoy supernatural stuff, definitely check that out. How you guys feeling so far? Let me know if most of the animes you've seen, not seen, because it'll be nice to kind of get a feeler of my audience too, because I like putting out stuff that no one has watched. Nope, haven't seen. Oh wow, okay. I'm not sure if you're talking about Wind Named Amnesia, or I'm not sure if you're talking about Jigoku Shoujo. So please clarify that for me. I like doing these kind of things because I know there's a lot of people who talk about One Piece. I know there's a lot of people who talk about Naruto. There's a lot of people who talk about the big three and like obviously anything that is popular. Um, So I like kind of talking about shows that people don't watch or people don't know about. So I think this is like a good refresher for me and then for you guys as well. uh, I am glad you guys have enjoyed my list. I'm no this makes me so happy. And when I first I'm just going to probably deviate a little bit from talking about with name amnesia just for a bit. So when I first started creating this channel and started yapping about anime, my aim was to talk about shows people don't even know about, because everybody can talk about mainstream stuff, right? I don't want to talk about, I don't want to yap about mainstream things. I want to talk about things that people haven't even heard of. So that kind of is why I started my channel. And I don't know if you guys heard my rant about YouTube changing the criteria for getting paid or becoming a YouTube partner, paid partner program. So first, starting 1st of Feb 2027, which is next year, YouTube is going to bump the watch hour requirements by 8,000 watch hours. And I have like a good 6-7 months to cover up for 4,000 watch hours if I want my shorts monetized as well before that happens. Yeah, so I'm just kind of ranting again in case you guys didn't hear me talk. So any support from you guys, whether you guys give me watch hours, whether you join live streams, it contributes to my watch hours. So I want to hit the 4,000 monitor, I want to hit the 4,000 watch hours before YouTube makes those changes for next year. It bumps it up to 8,000. And if that happens, that means I'll only have to like focus on long form content, because either the long form gets monetized and then the shorts don't get monetized. Yeah, listen, if you need help with starting a channel, let me know. I'll tell you whatever I know, whatever I've learned so far. And if you have friends who watch anime, please send my channel to them. I'm right now, today I checked, I was at 68. Dude, I was at 68. So with the two of you attending today's, I'll probably get bumped up to 70, or if more people join, and hopefully 71 or 72. But I've been live streaming for like the last 2 months, and in those 2 months I've been able to accumulate. Yeah, 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 please feel free to reach out. um so in the last 2 months that I started live streaming, I've been able to get to 68 watch hours. I was sitting at 8 before I started live streaming. So if you have friends who enjoy anime, if you have friends who love anime, please send my channel to them. K drama, C drama, J drama, whatever they watch, I'm happy to kind of as you've already probably seen, I already chat with people in the comments also. So I want to hit those 4,000 watch hours before the 8,000 watch hours gets in. And so yeah, it's a whole mess. Yeah, that's what YouTube is doing. But yeah, and I'll recommend some. Yeah, yeah, that's okay, that's fine, because whatever support helps, right? At the end of the day, I want to kind of, my aim with this channel is to create a community for people who love all the weird peculiar things like anime, J dramas, C dramas, K dramas. So if we're able to build a good community out of it, then why not, right? Yeah. Mm. Also, because I know what it is like to get laughed at when people say I watch anime, because I've faced the brunt of that as well. So I don't, people who come to my channel, I want them to feel welcome. I want them to feel like they know someone. I want them to feel like I'm like the friend next to. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, optimism is one of my core traits. I try to be optimistic in whatever I do. So yeah, that is that. So anyway, back to a wind named Amnesia. Basically, a wind just sweeps the earth like a, not just one part of, not just Japan, the entire earth, the entire population of earth is inflicted with amnesia. People are forgetting who they are, what they are. And it's just two people who know. One person has managed to read, write, and talk. And what happens with this wind is people obviously forget who they are. People forget how to talk, read, write, all of that fun stuff. Um and it's kind of a reset for humanity. But it was a bit of a weird concept for me. Like, I would not recommend a wind named amnesia. Like, as much as I like the as much as I love the classic sort of, as much as I love the classic animation, because this is a very old movie. As much as I love the classic animation, um this is a weird one. Like, wind named amnesia is a very weird one. So I would not recommend this for you guys. Yeah, yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that way too many times growing up, Ayush. That is it your younger sister or an elder sister? Um, yeah, let me know. I've heard this way too many times. A lot of people keep telling me, why do you keep watching cartoons? And I'm like, listen, first of all, it's not cartoon, it's anime, and I will throw hands in case you call anime cartoon again. Yeah. Do you have an elder sister and a younger sister who keep saying you're watching cartoons again? Like there's misconception. Yeah. There's always a misconception now. Spideyverse, are you around? I think Spideyverse disappeared. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Nice. You know what? I have an elder brother too. He's like 6 years older to me, but he's the one who got me into anime. He's the oh, nice. Good to see you here. Um, my brother got me 6 years older to me. He got me started off with like all the big ones like Death Note. This was like back in the early day. Obviously I started with Inuyasha and like Pokemon all on my own, but he kind of expanded my palette from there. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my brother watches a lot of stuff, but now he doesn't have so much time on his hands. So I'm the one who ends up recommending stuff to him and like, hey, watch this, and this. You need to watch it. Oh, Vivi Fluorite Eye song. Okay, let me know if you guys have seen this one, Vivi Fluorite Eye song. This has personal, well, I have a lot of feelings about this show. I have a lot of feelings about the show simply because of how stunning the animation is, firstly, and because, and I believe Vivi Fluorite Eye's song was created now. Yeah, I've become the pro. True that. Have you guys seen this one, the Vivi Fluorite Eye song? The music is phenomenal, the art is absolute banger, and it talks about, cool. You are in luck. So what I want you to do, Ayush, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys this entire list, and I've like kind of made a shot about Vivi Fluorite song as well. I'm going to send you whatever posters I have, because it's fun. This show is like one of my personal favorites. Again, it's something that I get very sentimental about as well. It talks about the new age AI, where basically AI is doing everything, and each AI bot has their own specific function. Like there'll be this AI bot who's in charge of singing. There's this AI bot who's in charge of entertainment. So kind of fun. Um, but towards the end, it becomes an AI apocalypse where AI is revolting against humans, and there's only one AI named Diva who can save humanity. So this is this is something I would recommend. Whether you watch everything else on this list or not, Vivi Fluorite song is something I would absolutely recommend, because in the 13 episodes, 12 or 13 episodes, I forget how many, that you watch this show, it's going to make you think a lot. It's going to make you like think a lot, and given the kind of age that we live in already, we're not far away from that future of AI, the kind of future that Vivi shows. So definitely watch Vivi Florita's song and download the music if you can, because the soundtracks are also absolutely phenomenal. This is something I would 10 out of 10 recommend with all my heart. I'm not going to be shy about it. So, yeah, I'm going to send you all of the photos that I have. Don't worry, y'all. I got your back. I got your back. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. What do we have next? I have a feeling y'all probably wouldn't have watched half the shows that we're going to be talking about, but it's nice to watch this. Shonen on Miyoji. Okay, so let me know if you guys have seen Shonen on Miyoji too. If you haven't, that's all cool. Again, this is one of those animes I've grown up with watching on Animax. Shonen on Miyoji, again, like if you like all the supernatural, spiritual stuff, I remember watching an anime about robots. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm seeing something starting off with yes, queen, and the votes are going down to no, girl. What are you talking about? So, Shonen on Miyoji, right after Inuyasha, I believe. Once Card Captor Sakura moved over to Cartoon Network, so Shonen on Miyoji is one of those like fun. I wouldn't call it fun, but it's one of those like spiritual, supernatural anime. Um, yeah. You know what? Listen, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna send you everything that I'm talking about here today, okay? And fortunately, there's no spoilers. I'm just kind of giving you brief summaries of things. So, Shonen on Myoji talks about this boy. he's basically his third eye sealed off, and this is talking about like the feudal era of Japan where there's like Shinto priests and stuff. So his grandfather is a very well renowned exorcist, but unfortunately, because of course, no worries. Now because the grandfather's a talented exorcist, the boys kind of inherited his traits, but the grandfather shut off his third eye until he grew up a little bit more. So Shonen on Myoji is all about the spiritualism, and it talks about how the gods, the goddesses get sealed up, and how this boy kind of helps the village people deal with the problems that they're facing through supernatural spiritualism. So this was again a show that I absolutely loved. Again, maybe because it spoke about Shinto Japan, it spoke about feudal era Japan, and it spoke about Shinto priests and stuff. So if you like that kind of thing, this is a show I would recommend. I believe this, from what I remember, this has got 26 episodes too. So it's divided into two arcs. It's got 26 episodes. Definitely give this a watch. Shonen on Myoji gets translated as the young spirit master, so he kind of has a lot of control over the spirits as well. So this is something I would recommend. Yeah. Moving on. Hello, Pixie OP. Nice to see you logging in from another ID Spideyverse. Yeah. Shiki. Have you guys seen Shiki? Would have. This is. I'm sure you guys would have. This is a fairly popular anime. I think, at least in my head, it's a fairly popular anime. So let me know in case you guys have seen Shiki, not seen Shiki. We can talk about Shiki in brief. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely check Shiki out. I know. Good. You heard about it. So Shiki essentially is there's like a so it's definitely so Shiki is about this talks about this small town. Okay, cool. Don't worry, I got you, boo. I got you. I'm going to send across everything that we're going to be talking about. So Shiki essentially is talking about a small town who are content within themselves, and then unfortunately people start disappearing. um yeah, that happens. There was a time that I took break from anime for about 2 years, and then I got back into it because I'm like, you know what, I love anime. Just because people make fun of me doesn't mean I'm going to stop watching anime. So there's that. Yeah, so Shiki talks about a small village. Yeah, I did a video on Shiki. That is correct. I spoke about Shiki in detail. Yeah. I spoke about Shiki in detail. So I good memory. I'm surprised you remember that I did a video about Cheeky Spideyverse. Good. I'm happy. Yeah, it essentially talks about a small village where people live peacefully, and then people start disappearing, and then this whole entire can of worms that comes out. So, I would strongly recommend Shiki. I would absolutely recommend Shiki because it's a very there's a lot of twists and turns that happen in the show. So because episode 5 onwards, like the cat is out of the bag anyhow, but definitely like watch the show. A lot of supernatural stuff happening. Action. Just a heads up. It's I think it's been a year for me since I last watched a complete anime for Haiku. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, we all have our like comfort shows, right? So this would completely make sense. Haiku, I've seen a lot of people rewatching Haiku all the time. Also, are you guys good for time? Like we've crossed the 1 hour mark. We can wrap up here. I can start showing you my anime merch, or let me know however it works for you. Um, Angel Beats. Okay, let me know if you have seen Angel Beats or not, because again, this was also like a fair anime back at least in the early like mid 2000s. It's like 2013, 2014 ish. So let me know if you have seen Angel Beats, not seen Angel Beats. It's all good at least for me. Okay, cool. Thanks, Spidey. Thanks for affirming. Yeah. Angel Beats also. Well, I'm done. Oh, well, I'm down for anime merch. Okay, we could do anime merch after we. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is I'll do the anime merch after Angel Beats, and then if you're still okay with it, we could complete the wheel, and then we can kind of go back and forth. However, it is comfortable for you guys. I am happy to work around that. So Angel Beats again, 13 episodes, 13 episodes of a lot of confusion. It is going to break your heart. Let me tell you that it is going to break your heart. It basically talks about how people get into the afterlife, and they're all trying to stay alive in the afterlife, because apparently, because with Angel Beats, if you don't have a clear purpose in the afterlife, you kind of just disappear. So everybody is trying to stay alive in the afterlife, and sadly, most of the souls who go into the afterlife for Angel Beats are teenagers. So it's a little chaotic once you start watching it, but it's going to make you feel all the feels, that I can promise you. Like, Angel Beats is going to make you feel all the feels. So I am going to now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you whatever merch I have handy once this copy paste thing gets done. So yeah, Angel Beats also I would definitely recommend that you check out. Again, 13 episodes, it's not a lot of watch. Okay. So now this merch, I don't know if you guys can see my Dragonite. This was a gift for my birthday. This he does occasionally, very rarely, make an appearance when I use him as a mic holder. Um, and then this is Tony Chopper. Tony Chopper. I picked it up as a Miniso haul when Miniso like did a pop up store here. So I Chopper, my boy. I had to pick up Chopper. So Chopper also makes an appearance as a mic holder occasionally. And then let me get you more stuff to show you. I believe last time I showed you like the wanted poster of Luffy, and then this is gear fifth of Luffy, again a Miniso haul. There's I know I know, right? I picked up Luffy gear fifth because this is something I was eyeing. um then I also have this one piece lamp. It's like a night lamp that I keep next to me when I sleep. Let's see, what else do we have in terms of merch. uh there's like a lot of merch that I have. Yeah. And then I picked up this fridge magnet of Luffy, and then there's Nami, like a gacha box sorts. If you get bored of the merch, Baka Boko 2020 Chopper. Yep. If you get bored of the merch, let me know. We can like go back to the anime watching session. Yeah. And then there's like some stuff that I have here too, like the Luffy, and then Nico Robin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nico Robin here. From what's that face called? What was that? Wano arc. The Wano arc. Yeah. So essentially, like, this is what I have in terms of collections. And occasionally, I do have like Pokemon cards and stuff. So I'm going to show you those too. I like collecting a lot of Pokemon cards as well. Oh, you can hardly see anything. My bad, yo. Let me see if this helps. Okay. Oh, now you can't see my face. Okay. So yeah, I kind of collect a lot of Pokemon cards too. I don't know if you can see Pokemon cards. Yeah, Pokemon cards here. Um, can you see anything now, Spidey? Uh, I collect a lot of Pokemon cards. In case you want me to re-show some of the merch, I can do that too. So we're good. We're good. Um, oh God, why is your live running in shorts? Good lord. I don't know, man. I have absolutely no clue why your live is running in shorts. But I'm hoping Ayush can see the live in the video. My live is showing as a video as well. So YouTube sucks today. YouTube sucks big time today. Yeah, so this like that's some of the merch that I have. There's a lot more that I collect, but right now I'm kind of putting a pause because merch is expensive. Yeah. If you guys are okay with the merch and you guys are okay with like pivoting back to the wheel, let me know. Otherwise, we can always end the live stream. Oh yeah, I do. Yep, perhaps there's glitches. Yeah. I wherever I go, I try to pick up Pokemon cards. Yeah. Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay with going back to like spin the wheel, or do you want to chat about something else? I'm okay for either or. Yeah. So we've spoken about Angel Beats. Um, who do we have next? What do we have next? Yes, we'll go back. Yay! Okay, we'll go back to anime now. Oh, The Witch and the Beast. Okay, so The Witch and the Beast again. This was a good show. Like I really liked The Witch and the Beast. Um, because again, 13 episodes, and sadly, this, as with any great anime, there's only one season to Witch and the Beast. It's not revived for season two. Uh, yes, I don't know if you guys have seen The Witch and the Beast either, but again, this was one of those shows where I was pleasantly surprised with the concept. It wasn't, it's something that, it's not a repetitive concept, and it talks about, again, two people. This one girl named Gideon, she has been like cursed by a witch to transform into a beast, and she's got a caretaker who kind of makes sure she doesn't wreak havoc. So again, it started with the concept of prosecuting the witch because witches are bad, but in this case, some of the witches are genuinely bad, and some witches are genuinely good. So the Witch and the Beast is something I would recommend strongly. Witch and the Beast is something I would absolutely strongly recommend. Um, yeah. 13 episodes of this, again, doesn't have a season 2, so I was very upset, but I'm you know what I'm going to do, probably going to end up finding the manga to read it because it was just that good. Yeah. I think the manga has also gone on hiatus. You can already guess my answer. You know what? Yeah, like I said, both Pixie, OP, Ayush, and then Spideyverse, all three of you, I'll just send all these photos across so you guys can save them to your collection, go back to whenever. Um, I'm just happy you guys haven't seen my Pinterest board because my Pinterest board is full of like saves and pins that I need to watch, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to like, I don't want to. Mieruko-chan. Okay, so again, this is, I feel like, okay, so for me, right, I like a lot of supernatural spooky stuff in the anime form, not like in the real form like The Conjuring or The Nun. So Mieruko-tan is again one of those categories. It's very spiritual. It's one of the spooky categories where this girl called Mieruko, she can see spirits and ghosts, but she pretends that she can't see them because if she does, then they're gonna get attached to her. So she kind of, oh, I watched this one because Kaya-chan. Oh, I've seen a lot of Kaya-chan isn't scary around. Is it good? Is Kaya-chan isn't scary good, Spideyverse? I've seen a lot of that making rounds. So let me know if it's good. I'll probably pivot. Also, I need to pick up on Hajime no Ippo. Since mom was here, I couldn't watch as much anime I wanted to, so I'll pick up on Hajime no Ippo again from episode 8. But is it, oh, how many episodes does Kaya-chan isn't scary have? So for Mieruko-chan, eh, it's got only season 1 again, unfortunately, and the manga is also pretty slow to update. Like, again, because I use pirated sites and obviously they need translators and stuff, so the manga is pretty slow to update. Again, maybe because like the, okay, while hearing Supernatural, oh yes, yes, I watched Supernatural for Dean Winchester. Nobody else, only for Dean Winchester. So yeah. um I would put Mieruko-chan to, you know, to watch list. I would not say don't watch it. I would definitely say watch Mieruko-chan. Um, it's a very creepy show. I would definitely recommend that you watch it. Yeah, it's basically kindergarten. Oh, okay, cool. I remember manga decks updating Mieruko-chan, but they probably send updates like once every like 4 months or so. So I kind of lost interest after that. Yeah. Who do we have next? What? It kind of got boring after that. With Supernatural. Okay, Holic is one of my personal favorites when it comes to supernatural stuff. Again, I'm going to ask you the boring question of have you guys seen it? If not, that's also totally cool. Harlech is one of my favorite shows in this entire world because the witch, the three-dimensional witch Yuko Ichihara, she's got a lot of good lines. So essentially, with Harlech, what happens is again Yuko Ichihara, she's the witch. She runs a shop. Yeah, the vibe for season 1 was absolutely perfect. Yuko Ichihara, she runs a supernatural store, and she obviously she's of the belief that whatever items need to find you, they'll find you. You don't need to go looking for them. It's kind of a wish fulfillment of a store. And Watanabe Kimihiro, he's the protagonist of the show in a way. Yeah. So Watanabe Kimihiro, he's a protagonist, and he gets so basically a lot of spirits get attracted to him, and he's constantly under the pressure of spirits attacking him. So he finds Yuko's shop, and it is in Yuko's shop that the spirits don't attack him. So it's a very good watch. At least, again, like I said, it's one of my personal favorites when it comes to like supernatural stuff. So Holic is a phenomenal watch. The art style is, it's clamp. You can see it's clamp all over. Like, art style is all clamp related. And if you've seen Holic, there's Subasa Reservoirs, also the Tales of Subasa Reservoirs, Subasa Chronicles. Same artist, basically, overlapping verses and all. Um, but yeah, Holic is something I would recommend. I would absolutely recommend Holic. Again, that's my just it's just a bias that I have, maybe because of how good the art style is as well. I have watched only another. Oh yeah, another is a good one, dude. Like 10 episodes, and I was just like, dude, like this is creepy, but I watched it throughout. So another was a very good show. Another was a very very good show. Have you seen another Spidey? Have you seen that movie? The anime. Oh, have you seen the anime another? Because that's also a good one. Holic, yeah. Please don't take my word for Holic, but again, like I said, I love Holic. I've seen the show already simply because of how much I love Yuko. That's the only way I can put it across. Yeah. What do we have next? What do we have next? Housing Complex C. Housing Complex C. It's got only 4 episodes, and unfortunately, there's only English dub that's available for Housing Complex C. There is no Japanese dub. There's no subs in this. So, with only 4 episodes, it essentially talks about this housing complex C in like a small seaside town, and like a lot of supernatural stuff keeps happening here. I feel like with housing complex C, they could have let the story brew a little bit more, is what I would say. Um, it's one of those cut short versions of, say, maybe like it's one of those cut short versions of Death Parade, or like even Higurashi when they cry. Higurashi was a very violent show. If you haven't seen it, if you're okay with the blood and the gore, Higurashi when they cry is something I would recommend, but I haven't put Higurashi on the wheel here. But yeah, I would not recommend Housing Complex. See, again, because maybe because it was dubbed, so I was kind of disappointed. If I would have watched it in Japanese, maybe it would have made a lot of difference. I don't know why I clicked. maybe, maybe. Oh wow, okay, huh? Angel's Egg. Okay. So with Angel's Egg, again, a very short movie of like 30 minutes or so. But with Angel's Egg, what I would say is it's got a lot of like metaphors, and Angel's Egg has borrowed a lot of like from evangelical Bible verses. Um Basically talks about like a very desolate place, two people again, and hardly any dialogues in Angel's Egg. There is no dialogues, there is nothing. You know what? Like I said, I'm building this community for talking about anime people haven't watched, and I am glad to see from this chat that most of you haven't, all of you haven't seen the anime that I'm talking about. So my mission in this life has been successful. Now, if only I hit the damn monetization mark before the 1st of Feb. So yeah. Yeah. Angel's Egg. If you enjoy shows that talk in metaphors, I would recommend Angel's Egg. Um, because there's again a lot of references to Bible verses. Um, just the art is pretty old, and I. And again, one interesting thing about is I'm forgetting who the director for Angel's Egg is, but the guy who directed Angel's Egg, because people do not understand his movie, he wasn't given any opportunities for like 3 years after this. So thank you, Ayush. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Really appreciate it. So with Angel's Egg, again, if you're a fan of biblical verses and you like researching, because when I watched Angel's Egg, I spent at least 5-6 hours just looking through what Angel's Egg was and what the metaphors meant. So, when I was creating a shots out of it, I was like, how do I explain such an abstract movie in like 1 minute in shots? So, um, yeah, Angel's Egg is something I would not recommend in case you art and abstract concepts from the Bible. Um, is it something you can say that you've seen to say that you've seen? Yeah, maybe, but for people who don't enjoy abstract art, don't. Something I would not recommend. Um, alright, what do we have next? So we're almost done. We're almost wrapping up. Maybe a couple of more. Um, let's see. What do we have? The Lost Village. Yeah, I can confidently I would absolutely tell you not to watch this show because it felt more like a parody. It was more like a parody for all the supernatural anime and horror, and it kind of talks about. It basically talks about 13 people who want to start over in their life, and they go to this like very remote village. The only catch is you can enter the village, but you can't leave the village. So that's why it's called the Lost Village. And the kind of reasons that people come up with is very like nonsensical and stupid. Things like, oh, I accidentally confessed to a guy my crush and he turned me down, so I don't want to go back to my old life. So and it just makes a lot of fun about those sort of tropes in the supernatural tropes. So I would not recommend. I mean, don't waste your time. Yeah, that was my fault. Like that was my bad, dude. I started watching it because it said the Lost Village, and the premise was pretty interesting of how there's people who run away from their regular day-to-day lives. But I would not like recommend the Lost Village even on my deathbed. I would not. Don't waste your time like I did. Yeah, don't waste your time like I did. Um, what do we have after this? Damn, yeah, I know, right? It's very human. You mean you can enter, but you can't leave, and then the monsters are also very weird. Just to put things into context, one of those guy, the one of the guys who enters this lost village, he wanted to enter the army, but to enter the army, you need like a certain height and everything for the physicals. So he kind of goes to like one of the plastic surgeons and he says increase my height, so they kind of put a silicone on his head, and that silicone kind of transforms into a monster of sorts. And I'm just like, you know what, why am I even watching Lost Village at this point? So yeah, Summer Ghost. Um so with Summer Ghost, I would recommend this. I would again it's a 45-minute movie. uh, the art is beautifully done. There's a lot of like, you can see a lot of like, there's not a lot of color used. It talks about the art is, how do I say it? The colors that are used for this art are, you've seen the colors of the sunset, right? I think this is more towards like the supernatural horror anime. When I was compiling this list, I was like, you know what, this feels like a more supernatural horror sorts. So I have seen a lot of supernatural horror anime. Uh, so it's a very heartbreaking movie. 45 minutes worth your time, absolutely worth your time. Please keep tissues handy. It talks about this one strip of the airport where the summer ghost appears if you light firecrackers, and you can talk to that summer ghost and have a conversation and everything. So I would recommend it, but again, like I said, please keep tissue papers handy. It's going to make you cry. 100% it's going to make you cry. I was sitting and crying all the time. I was sitting and bawling in like the 45 minutes that I watched this movie. Yeah. um I mean, if you sue me for clickbait, at least my page is going to pick up traction. There's that. At least we got sued for clickbait. She's only talking about supernatural horror. I'm like, cool, man. More traffic to my channel. So yeah. Yeah, I think we're almost done, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Really appreciate it. Um, hey, hopefully it lands. See, you guys were talking about another. This is an anime. You guys know, right? You guys know another. We were talking about another. So I think this is an anime I would absolutely recommend for anybody to watch. Um, I would put this on like two watch lists. I think from what I remember, it probably had 10 episodes. Masterclass strategy. You know what? When I started compiling, like I said, when I was compiling this list, I like, yeah, I'll put it like the fluffy anime. I only watch fluffy anime anyhow. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Another this is, yeah, supernatural horror. In the supernatural horror, I would definitely recommend people watch it. Um so for next week's live stream, guys, what do y'all want to do? Do you still want me to talk about Studio Ghibli, or do you want me to talk about underrated supernatural horror? My mission in life is successful. I am happy this is the only anime you've seen. That means your time has been useful to join this live chat. Okay, Junji Ito collection. Are you talking about the Junji Ito collection, Spidey, or are you talking about another? Um, the Junji Ito collection. Um, I okay. Uh, what about sports? You know what? I'll do sports next week. We could do like overreacting supernatural horror. uh, we could do sports. We could definitely do sports anime. I'm gonna be admitting it to you. I haven't seen a lot of sports stuff, but I'm happy to like just kind of go through the summary, watch a couple of episodes to see whether it's worth it or not. Um, Overrated supernatural horror. Um, with the Junji Ito collection. So the Junji Ito collection, it's got a lot of body horror. Like it doesn't have a lot of jump scare horrors like another or Summer Ghost. Again, Summer Ghost also doesn't have jump scare, but it is a very sad movie to watch. Junji Ito collection has a lot of body horror. It made me very uncomfortable, so I didn't watch season two simply because of how uncomfortable I got. So essentially, with this, what happens is every episode is episodic. It's not continued. So each episode would have its like own storyline to talk about. Um, if you're okay with body horror and you're okay with like all the uncomfortable aspects that come with body horror, I would recommend it in the to watch list. But for me, it's a no. Like Junji the collection is a no for me. Um, maybe Ayush and like Pixie OP would appreciate Junji Ito collection more than I did. But yeah, it's a Junji Ito is a no for me. Yeah. Okay. So three more left. We've got three more to go. Paranoia Agent. Okay. So I know a lot of people have watched this show simply because it's Satoshi Kon. I don't know if you guys have seen. How about we go for a different genre again and again? So by the end of every life, yeah, we could do that. So this one was the supernatural horror, guys. Unintentionally, my bad. So next week we can pick up sports anime for next week's live, and then hopefully I can tell you guys. Oh, I haven't seen some of this, but I'm just kind of telling you sports anime based on what the couple of episodes I have seen. So we'll do that. We'll do the sports anime collection next week. Um, with Paranoia Agent Satoshi Kon, a lot of people appreciate it because it's Satoshi Kon. Um, but the storytelling, at least for me, was a little underwhelming. Again, it talks about your mental manifestations coming to life, and when somebody gets attacked, they blame the shonen bat. So the boy with the boy with the golden bat gets blamed. Um, I would recommend that you watch it for Satoshi Kon's name. If anything at all, watch it for Satoshi Kon's name. You'll probably get like a fair enough idea as to what Paranoia Agent is. Again, very like 12 episodes, short, sweet. You can do it. Um, yeah. Satoshi Kon, I believe, has directed Paprika or Perfect Blue, if I'm not mistaken. One of those two. Yeah. Okay, we've got two more left. Yay! Okay. Hopefully the next live doesn't go this glitchy and y'all like COP and Spidey isn't seeing me in the shorts live version of it. Oh, Tears to Tiara, dude, I used to love this show so much. Again, this is something that used to play on Animax. Tears to Tiara. This was something used to be on Animax. Like One Life, if underrated, then of that genre, then after some time either overrated or best ones. Yeah, yeah, we could do that. Overrated, best ones. So, do you want to do like the sports one next week for underrated, or do you want to do like the overhyped sports anime, or do you want to do like the overhyped supernatural stuff? Um, Either way, I'm okay. I'm happy to pivot because ultimately I'm going to be working for you guys and not anybody else, and the YouTube's algorithm as well. So I'm happy to go with whatever the audience has to say. um the only My only caveat is y'all have to show up. If y'all make suggestions and don't show up, then y'all have had it from me in the next live. Okay. That's the only caveat I'm pushing. That's all. With Tears to Tiara, it's essentially talking about the demon lord going to sleep, and then like his wife. It's based on the Celtic mythology or the Norse mythology, Rhiannon. She's a priestess, and the world is at war against the empire. So Tears to Tiara, I think, is something I would recommend to watch again, because for the early 2000s, the animation quality is absolutely fabulous. Yeah. Oh yeah, see. What about both in one? I'm happy to do both in one. I have no issues. My only concern is that you guys should have the time. That's all. Like, you guys should have the time. Like, today it's been stretched to 1 hour 30 minutes, maybe because the first 15 minutes went off in stupid YouTube glitching. Um, but if you guys are happy with both in one, we could like stretch that live out to 2 hours also. But you guys have to be okay with that. Like I said, I work for you guys. I work for the YouTube algorithm. I want to make you guys happy. Obviously, that is my only caveat here. And also the second caveat is y'all better attend. Y'all better don't recommend stuff and not showing up for the you. Listen. Yeah. Not that I can do anything, but I'll have a valid crash out on the group chat. So yeah, just that. So Tears to Tiara, I would recommend this simply because the animation was phenomenal for the early 2000s. Like, I watched this in like 2008, 2009. It's kind of gets rushed and there's a lot of different things. Yeah, yeah, again, like, if we do two in one, what we can do is half an hour we'll talk about like the best anime genre, and then half an hour we can talk about the overrated anime in that genre, and then maybe keep like 15 minutes for discussion about what you guys felt. Because I always enjoy reading your guys' comments. So, yeah, whichever works out, I'll see if both can be combinated. I'll do it. If not, we can always go for the next live stream. So, Tears to Tiara, watch it. I don't remember how many episodes this one has. Uh, because I saw it like back in 2008, 2009. Again, it's more of the concept of the world being at war and the demon king being awakened before time, and then his wife Rhiannon. Yeah, yeah, sounds good. We'll do separate so it doesn't get rushed. So Tears Tiara recommend. And the last one we have Zenshu. Okay. I don't know again if you guys have seen Zenshu. This is one of those. Oh yeah, no, I'm whatever. Like, I'm flexible with whatever the audience needs. So Zenshu is ones that not a lot of people talk about. Um Primarily because people are obviously focused on JJK, Hell's Paradise, Mega. Okay, yeah, that works. I could make the live stream for 1 hour, 30 minutes. I mean, I could set it for an hour. I generally keep an hour, and it depends on me and the audience when I end the live streams, but the start time matters. So it's going to start at 12 EST always. But, like today, we've covered 1.5 hours. So it really just depends on how the audience is feeling. It depends on how much material we have to cover. Cool. No. No. So, okay. So this one again, like I said, right? It's one of those underrated Mappa Studio ones because everybody like talks about JJK, Hell's Paradise coming from Mappa. So a lot of people don't focus on Zenshu, Zenitsu. Yeah. When I first saw the poster for Zenshu, that was my first thought too. But it's so with Zenshu, it's a very colorful anime. Because oh, what was I saying about Zenshu? Yeah. So essentially, it talks about the mangaka. It talks about a mangaka who obviously illustrates, writes storylines and everything in the real world. But she kind of gets dragged into one of her favorite movies, Tale of Perishing, and because So because her favorite movie is Tale of Perishing, she gets dragged into that world. And because she's a mangaka, she has whatever she draws comes to life. So, like, think about, like, you've seen Shakalaka Boom Boom, I'm assuming, like with the magic pencil and everything. So she's got like a magic pencil, and whatever she draws comes to life. So it's about that. Um, Zenchu is a wonderful show. This is something I would recommend to everybody, because we know Mappa does a fabulous job and how overworked their employees are. And one of the other famous ones from Mappa, I believe, is Inuyashiki. I don't know if you guys have seen Inuyashiki or not, but Inuyashiki is also a very good one in case you haven't checked that out as well. And that brings us to the end of the spin the wheel thingy. Guys, thank you so much for sitting through the technological glitches for the first 15 minutes, and thank you for extending your time for 1.5 hours. So, next live stream, what we'll do is we'll do it for 1.5 hours. Um, yeah. Zenshu. Everybody was talking about Zenshu, and then nobody spoke about Zenshu. Everybody started talking about JJK, Chainsaw Man, um, what the other one, yeah, so definitely, yeah. Yeah, so what we'll do is for next week we'll do it for an hour and a half. We'll talk about sports anime. What I can do is I can talk about the best sports anime there is, and then it'll give us some time to breathe. Yeah, and then yeah, that should about cover it. In case there's any questions, suggestions, again, like I use Spideyverse, Pixie OP, all know my DMs are open, so let me know whatever you guys want me to yap about, because unfortunately I can only see you guys yapping on chat and not like I can't hear what you guys are saying. So yeah, y'all have to put up with me again next week. But thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for like appreciating my merch. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have gone into it. A lot of money saving has gone into buying that merch as well. So appreciate it so much. And I'm gonna see you guys next week for the best sports anime there is. Bye.